In this video, I'm going to give you a crystal clear step-by-step blueprint on how to go 0 to 10K a month on Amazon FBA in 2024, even as a complete beginner starting from scratch. I've helped hundreds of people go 0 to 10K a month on Amazon. We'll pop a whole bunch of them up on screen. My own Amazon store did over 10K in sales my first 45 days selling name brand products, and I even sold over $1 million on Amazon my first year. I always see new sellers wasting time and money with the wrong methods and the wrong strategy, and I don't want that to be you. That ends today. I'm going to give you the entire 5-step blueprint to succeed on Amazon FBA in 2024. Choosing the right business model, how to create your seller account, the basics of product analysis. I'm going to show you some live product research and some special cheat codes a ton of people charge a ton of money for that'll help you grow quicker. Even if you're a complete beginner starting with a 9-to-5 job or in college, this video is going to give you the entire blueprint. Make sure to subscribe for more. Let's get right into it. Before you get started selling Amazon, it's important to choose the right business model. I see a ton of beginners want to get started with Amazon wholesale or Amazon private label, which are far too complicated and expensive for beginners, and you're typically going to need 10K plus to get started with either. Amazon wholesale is buying products bulk from manufacturers and distributors. The problem with that is that they typically have big minimum order quantities, like thousands of dollars per product, which is going to be really expensive if you're a complete beginner and really risky. And the lead time takes a while for suppliers to actually ship your products off to you, which sacrifices a lot of time as well. Amazon private label, buying unbranded products from China, the typical Alibaba model you see people talk about online. That's really complicated and expensive to get started with because you have to wait for the products to actually get here from China. There's typically higher minimums, and it's riskier because you have to commit to one product and you have to do copywriting, photography, create the listing, and everything like that. What helped me go from 0 to $1 million in sales in under 1 year was Amazon online arbitrage. Working from home and finding discounted name brand products I can flip for a profit that I can buy in small quantities from big websites like Kohl's, Walmart, Target, etc. This is a lot less complicated and expensive, and this is what I'm going to show you how to get started with in this video. In my opinion, Amazon online arbitrage is the easiest way to get started with. Save wholesale and private label for once you have a bunch of good Amazon experience. The next thing you're going to need to do to get started with selling on Amazon is go to sell.amazon.com and create a professional seller account. This is where you're going to actually manage your business through right here, just on the Amazon Seller Central and the Amazon Seller app on your phone. It's important to note that Amazon does not require an LLC to actually get started selling Amazon. A lot of people think they do. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know your own personal situation. However, Amazon doesn't require an LLC to get started with. I got one once I was consistently making sales. So head over to sell.amazon.com and create your professional seller account. That's going to be the first step. This does take a couple days to verify. So if you're really serious about getting started with this stuff, you're going to want to do that ASAP. All right, guys, how much money do you actually need to get started with Amazon online arbitrage? This is a full budget breakdown here. So the Amazon seller account is going to cost you $40 per month. That is insanely cheap to be able to sell to literally hundreds of millions of customers. You can just go ahead and get that at sell.amazon.com. Like I mentioned, that doesn't scale up or scale down specifically. There is an individual selling plan, which is $0 plus $1 per sale, but you do sacrifice a ton of different features. So if you're watching this video, you're serious about making money with Amazon, I'd highly recommend just getting the professional seller account, the $40 per month one, from the get-go. The next thing you're going to need is product research software. Now, a lot of people think product research software is crazy expensive and complicated, and that's actually the furthest thing from the truth. The only two product research software you're going to need are Keepa and SellerAmp, which are both $20 per month, and that's going to be another monthly expense. You can get 2 weeks free of SellerAmp on selleramp.com as well, and Keepa is a subscription you can go ahead and get signed up for. I'm going to show you guys everything you need to know about those in this video. Boxes, supplies, etc. You're going to just get those from like Walmart or Amazon specifically. For FBA shipments, I'd recommend 24 by 19 by 17 box range from Walmart specifically. And then for FBM purchase, when you ship the product directly to the customer, I like the 12 by 10 by 8 box range for FBA. This video is coming out right prior to the fourth quarter when a ton of really good products can be merchant filled and shipped directly to the customer, and we don't have to worry about shipping them off in bulk to the Amazon FBA warehouse. So I like boxes from Walmart for FBA and FBM, and poly mailers from Amazon in 9 by 12, 12 by 15, and 19 by 24. You can just snag those on Amazon in gray or black specifically. You're going to need all the cashback Chrome extensions as well. Those are completely free. I'd recommend getting these 6 here: Rakuten, Top Cashback, Be Frugal, Retail Me Not, Capital One Shopping, and Coupon Birds. Those just provide you cash back and different coupons, which you can help online arbitrage as well. And then for inventory costs, this is typically going to be the big one. Like I said, with wholesale and private label, you're going to need 5 to 10K minimum, but online arbitrage, you can get started a lot smaller and low risk. I'd recommend somewhere between like 1 to 3K. Obviously, this is going to be a variable expense and everything. And I'm going to show you guys how to do proc research in a sec as well. And then Boxem, which is our Amazon FBA shipment software, you're going to want to have as well. You can try that completely free on our website, boxem.com. That's going to help you list products and manage your business a lot easier. And we have tons of new features coming out soon as well with that. So Keepa, SellerAmp, Boxem, boxes and polybags, all the cashback Chrome extensions, and a 1 to 2K inventory budget. You can obviously get started with a lot more, the merrier, and then just add in as you go. But I'd recommend starting nice, small, and low risk when you get started with your first online business with online arbitrage and retail arbitrage, and just get going nice and easy like that. All right, guys, so now we're actually in an Amazon product page, and this is how we're going to go ahead and do product research. When you're doing online arbitrage, there's going to be a lot of working from home and buying discount name brand products, shipping them to you, then shipping them off in bulk to the Amazon warehouse. So this is actually primarily where you'll be hanging out. Doing online arbitrage is going to be on product pages like this. So it's important to note, how do we actually tell how fast a specific product sells right here? So right off the bat, taking a look at this item right here, we can see this item is actually currently in the buy box here on Amazon at $40.97, and it has 191 reviews. When we see 191 reviews like that, that initially tells us there's a very good chance that this item sells right now, and we know for a fact it's sold well in the past. This is going to be the buy box right here. This is where we want to be as sellers. The current buy box on this is $40.97. This is where like customers are going to buy this item if you come to this, because I'm literally looking at this from an Amazon shopping perspective right here. Luckily, we can see there's currently 5 other sellers on this listing, and Amazon just rotates the sales to everyone who's priced competitively and has their inventory fully checked in at Amazon FBA. So you always want to know exactly where the buy box price is, which we can see in this case, it's $40.97. So I mentioned you're going to need 2 different product research softwares to do this, guys. That's going to be SellerAmp as well as Keepa product research software right here. We can see over on SellerAmp, this is the profit calculator right here. Now, the cool thing about the SellerAmp profit calculator is it actually takes into account shipping, fees, sales tax, literally everything. So people love to say in the comments like, oh, what about shipping? What about sales tax? What about the Amazon fees? SellerAmp takes into account all of that right here. So we can see over on the Thrive website, this eyeliner is going for about 24 bucks right here. Now, if we plug in that $24 into the SellerAmp profit calculator, we can see the profit pops up green, the profit margin pops up green, the ROI is below 30%. Now, personally, as a beginner seller, I'd recommend going $3 plus profit per unit and 30% plus ROI. You can go a little bit below that if it's a product that doesn't really get returned much. However, we can also see there's actually a 20% coupon code we can go ahead and sign up for right here. So the cool thing is you can do math within SellerAmp. So if we take off 20% from this, just multiplying that, now it becomes $11 profit and a 60% ROI right here. So those coupons and discounted gift cards and a whole bunch of stuff we're going to be talking about in this video is really helpful to make items better. And then how do we actually see how fast it sells? We don't rely on review count. We actually rely on the BSR, aka the best sellers rank, which is going to be how fast the product specifically sells. The lower the sales rank, the better. As a beginner, we primarily want to stay below like a 150,000 sales rank. During Q4, you can go a little bit higher specifically here. However, we want to make sure the listings we're buying actually sell, and the primary driver of that is going to be the BSR, aka the sales rank, how fast the listing sells. For example, the sales rank number 1 sells quicker than anything else in that entire category, right? A 5K rank sells a little bit slower than a 1K rank. And then, for example, a 50K rank sells slower than a 5K rank, right? So the lower the sales rank, the better. And you primarily want to stay below 150,000 rank as a beginner. Not only, though, do we need to make sure this item is profitable today, which SellerAmp tells us after shipping, fees, etc., right? We also need to make sure that this listing's actually been profitable over time. And the way we're going to do that is taking a look at the Keepa chart down here. Now, when you initially get the Keepa Chrome extension, so SellerAmp and Keepa, you both want to install those on your Google Chrome to do product research through right here. We can see there's going to be 3 charts showing. I'd recommend clicking this sub ranks button to actually take that away so that you only see the 2 charts, so the top and the bottom one specifically. Keepa actually tracks a product's performance ever since it was added on Amazon. So we need to make sure an item's not just profitable today. We need to make sure it's profitable over time. And you can toggle that just clicking these different date ranges right here. I'd also recommend just pausing this and copying these Keepa settings as well, just so you see all the different metrics. I see a lot of people put some like not really helpful ones on there. So I'd recommend just doing these specifically, having these ones all selected. As a beginner, you primarily want to focus on the 3-month Keepa data right here. So we can see in this case, if you like this content and want more help starting or scaling your Amazon business, I have something for you guys. I'm going to leave a link down below in the description for my coaching program application if you want personalized one-on-one help directly from me starting or scaling your Amazon business in 2024. Q4 is about to be here. The best time of the year is really getting going as we speak, and it's going to only get better all the way through the Q4 rush in December. And I want to personally mentor you and coach you if you're interested in that. So take a look at the first link in the description for the coaching program, and back to the tutorial. So the bottom Keepa chart shows the competition, aka the just supply and the other sellers that are on the listing right here. I get the question all the time, how many sellers is too many sellers on a specific listing? And truth be told, it's not really about how many sellers are on a listing. It's all how many sellers are on a listing and what's the trend of it looking like relative to the demand, right? Because there can be 100 sellers on a listing, but if it sells insanely quick, that can still totally be good. So we can see this bottom Keepa chart. What you're really looking for is for the offer count to not be shooting up. You want it either stable or going down, but you do want to see movement on here. And we can see it's nice and up and down. People are selling out. People are restocking, for example. And then the top Keepa chart shows the demand and the price action over time. So we can see the sales rank consistently been well below that 150K range right here. And we can see the price has been nice and consistent around that $41 price point, even popped up to 43, for example, even briefly up to 50 right there. So not only do we know this listing sells well because we can see good offer count movement and a good sales rank, but we can also see that the price action has been consistent over time and it's not going down, and the offer count, the bottom chart, isn't going up. So this has been a nice, consistent, profitable product over time, and that's the type of stuff we want to take a look at. I definitely write this down if you're a beginner. Stay below 150,000 sales rank for the most part, $3 plus profit per unit, 35% plus ROI, price either stable or going up, competition either stable or going down in this case. Nice and stable on both those right here. Now let's take a look at another winning product, and then let's live source some products as well. So we can see this Halloween flute product is super in season, obviously, because Halloween's coming up right here. And we can see, boom, $42 in the buy box right here. I went ahead and just looked this up using the Google button on SellerAmp, and I could actually see that it's over on the Spirit Halloween website. And there's a nice 20% coupon actually here that ends in a couple days, right? So we can see we can pick it up for $13.59 specifically right here. So if we go ahead and plug in $13.59 right here, that looks pretty good on paper, right? We can see $11 profit, 78% ROI right here, for example, right? We can see it's actually oversized right here. However, because this is a Halloween type of product here, I have my offer summary activated in the SellerAmp settings, which I definitely recommend doing. And we can see this is actually being dominated by FBM sellers right here. So what I want to do in this case is, because it's a tight time frame and Halloween's coming up, I would probably want to not take the time to actually ship this off to Amazon FBA. I would want to go ahead and merch fill this product directly to the customer. So what I'm going to do for that is I'm going to scroll down here on SellerAmp and I'm going to toggle over to the FBM calculator. But I have to add in the FBM cost right here. So that's a huge mistake people make, is they don't toggle over to the FBM calculator. So I need to scroll up here and take a look at the weight on this product right here. And we can see, right, 9 ounces, right? So in this case, this is probably going to ship for around $6, $5.56, for example, right here. So if we plug that in, we can see we actually get some extra output FBM in this product right here. And we can see, because this product's very, very expensive, but very light, that ends up being, a nicer item, for example, FBM compared to FBA. You definitely want to make sure you're using the calculator right here. So we can see this item's nice and profitable, right? But has it actually been nice and profitable over time? So let's take a look at the Keepa chart, for example, right here. So we can see it looks like seasonally that this product is in way less demand, aka the sales rank's way higher during the months that Halloween isn't in season. However, we can see last year, the sales rank got really good during Halloween time. And we can see this year, over the past, month or so, the sales rank's gone from like a 50K, and this is a smaller category, for example, down to way lower, for example, in like the 5 to 10K, even 3K range, briefly right there. We know this listing actually sells, considering the offer count's gone up and down. While some people might say, okay, the competition's gone up a little bit, really over the past like 3 weeks, it's only gone from like 9 up to 12, and that hasn't really affected the price much, for example. So this is a nice profitable product right here. Now, how do we actually find more winning products from here, though? What a lot of people think the way to do that is to just go to random websites and look through the clearance sections. And in my opinion, that's not the best way to do it at all. Instead, what you want to do is what's called the storefront stalking method. So we want to take a look inside the storefronts of other Amazon sellers to see what we can track down profitably from there. And the way we're going to do that, so we're going to use SellerAmp and scroll down here so we can take a look at all the different sellers that are carrying this product here. And we're going to go ahead and open up the sellers we can see that we know are making lots of profit. And how we know that is that they have lots of reviews, because they're not going to be selling a bunch of stuff to justify that high review count if they weren't making money on it. So we can see 131 reviews. We'll take a look at that. right here, right? We can see 140. We take a look at that, for example, right here, right? These are a lot of big sellers on this, actually, interestingly enough here, right? So what we want to do is just open up a bunch of these sellers here, right? And then we want to go ahead and keep taking a look and seeing what all they got, for example. So we can see we got 7 sellers here that have lots of listings. Right now we can see all the different brands they carry, all the different categories they carry right here, right? And then we can see all the fast selling listings they have that show up at the top here. So 7K rank, 30K rank, for example, right here, right? And now we can go ahead and see all these different sellers here and take a look at what they got, right? So for example, this seller's crushing it with Spirit Halloween, for example. This person's got a bunch of Mattel stuff, for example, right? Toys, bunch of Halloween products. A lot of people are crushing Halloween season, right? So we can see another good example of that right here. So the nice thing is very quickly here, guys, we're now seeing lots of examples of different brands people are making money with. So we're learning more fast, right? So for example, we take a look here, 3K rank, that looks pretty good. 11K rank, that looks pretty good, right? So we can open up all these listings here, and now we'll dig in and see what we can go ahead and track down profitably, for example, right? And we can filter into specific brands too as well. So we can see, for example, right, $30. I feel like I could pay $30 just looking at that max cost right there, right? We can take a look on that, right? 14 here, take a look at that, for example, right here, right? We can see 447 here, a little bit of a high rank. Not going to take a look at that, right? 60K rank, for example, right here, 245. Maybe take a look at that. Price is nice and stable here, right? And now we just want to open up a bunch of these listings here. There's the ones we found profitable, for example, and open up listings that we can see people making money on from sellers we can see are making lots of money because they have high review counts. And then we just want to go ahead and take a look here. So for example, Spirit Halloween, Party City, probably a bunch of Halloween stuff with that too. Yeah, we can see a bunch of costumes, for example, a bunch of other stuff to take a look. And that's the nice thing is you don't have to reinvent the wheel, guys. You can take a look at what other people are selling and attempt to track that stuff down profitably. And at the end of this video, I'm going to show you guys a bunch of cheat codes to make that a lot easier for yourselves as well, right? So we can see, for example, a little bit of a high rank there. Probably going to pass on that guy, for example, here. But this one, we can see, looks pretty good right there. We'll take a look at that, right? And that's the nice thing is we can just see all these listings people are making money on. We can go ahead and take a look at that right here there. So we can see right here, $45. So we immediately want to take a look at our max cost on seller app here is about $24, right? So we can see, do I think I could pay less than that? Potentially, right here. Sales rank's a little high. So we can see now we're just going to go ahead and plug this in on Google here and see what we can do. So we can see, yeah, $40 right here. So if we pay 40 for this, which looks like the right product, we would go ahead and lose $10 profit per sale. So that is absolutely not what I'm looking for right there. Let's see, $54 right here. Now this listing has no reviews. This actually selling though. So we can see, I actually think this would sell, but the problem is the offer count's trending right up. So this is definitely something we want to avoid right here. Let's see. $30 right here. We can see the sales ranks going down. Okay, the demand's totally going up on this product, for example, right here. So we'll go ahead and see max cost is 14. So at 14.01 right here, we can see 30% ROI right there. And we can see here, looks like, yeah, 11.99 right here with that 20% code right here. So we go ahead and open this up, 11.99 right here. 11.99 right here. We can see about $6 profit, 50% ROI right there. Looks like something we potentially want to pursue. However, the offer count's totally going up. So this would be a little bit more of a risky flip, for example, because the offer count is going up. But we can see the demand's also skyrocketing and the price isn't really going down. So this is an example of something where the offer count's totally going up, but because the demand's getting so good because it's Halloween season, this listing could actually be something to potentially pursue because the ROI is really good and the price is nicely sustained and the competition's starting to go down right here too. And we can see, like, if we take a look at past years, we can see literally, okay, yeah, same exact thing happened last year as well too. And literally same exact thing in respect to the demand happened 2 years ago as well. So it's pretty interesting examples here as well. But that definitely looks good here too. Let's see. Let's take a look at this, for example, right here. So we can see the price totally went down here, but it has nicely been stable for almost a month here. What I'm going to do as well is I'm going to go here and hit variations on Keepa 2, and I'm going to see what the best selling variations on this specific product is. So for example, what I want is to go here and see what offer count movement is nicely. Yeah, like this is nicely moving around here. For example, it's also super stable here at like $90, right? It's like this is slower here, but this moves a lot quicker because there's more activity, right? So we can go ahead and see what's up with this, for example, or that Halloween product was totally good. That was nice and profitable right there. So this is something where I can see that the brand is actually on this. Typically, I'm not a huge fan of selling products where the brand is actually selling it right here. So if you see the brand name matching the brand right here and just the brand of product, I typically recommend avoiding that. Honestly, let's see. We'll take a look at this guy right here as well. Let's see. This is totally moving here. 2,600 plus bought in past month. $20 buy box here. We need to pay $5. Not super sure that'll be possible here. Yeah, we can see. Looks like 15, for example, if that's even the right thing right there. So we would lose, yeah, $8 profit a piece. That is absolutely not what I want. For example, right here, let's see, let's take a look at these. For example, right here, let's see. Ooh, interesting. Okay, so we can see this one looks good here. So we can see it's like 45-ish, right? For example, all right. So we can go ahead and see, plug this in on Google, for example, right here. Let's see. So $30, for example, right here, Spirit Halloween. So let's see. Let's take a look at the variations here. See that movement. So for example, yes, we can pay, let's say, yeah, $30 right here, pay 45. So this is absolutely not what I'm looking for right here. Let's see. So we go ahead and plug this in. For example, right here, let's see, 46 right here. Let's see. So yeah, 45.50. If we pay 29.90, right, when see, we'd make about 32 cents profit a piece and a 1% ROI. So it's absolutely not what I'm looking for right there. And then the name of the game here, guys, is just going to be rock and rolling through these other sellers and finding more products from here. Now, you guys saw we found that one makeup item. You can go ahead and storefront stock off that, or storefront stock of those other listings we took a look at too, to find other winning products from there. But the winner of the day was definitely that Halloween makeup product that was really nice and profitable. Even though the offer count was going up, the demand was totally meeting it because the demand was increasing so much right there. And we could see a lot of people are making money on that product. Taking a look at the offer summary on SellerAmp right there as well. Now on to some special product research cheat codes that make a ton of difference in your product research as you're scaling up your Amazon business. You want to make sure you guys implement all this stuff. So not to get too high level for a beginner video, but all my people that are going to be really successful with this stuff are going to be confidently adding in all these coupons, discount codes, etc. So I want to share some special sauce with you guys as well. You guys need to come from the mindset that you don't really find items at profitable prices, you make them profitable, right? And the way you do that is those free cashback and coupon extensions, like I mentioned. That's actually how I found the Thrive 20% code in the first place. It wasn't just that it popped up on the website. Evergreen email account and text signup codes. Like for example, on Dick's Sporting Goods, if you scroll to the bottom, you'll see a 10% email signup code. I've used that hundreds of times just using what's called a catch-all email, as well as just looking around for coupons on Google, asking customer service, and just networking with other Amazon sellers in the community has been super helpful for me as well. Discounted gift cards on Card Bear and Top Cashback are a great way that actually typically combines with different sales and coupons to get another 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10% off in certain cases. Just buying a $100 discounted gift card for $91 saves you 9%, for example. Rewards programs like Kohl's Cash and Rack Room Rewards are really helpful too. You always want to make sure you check out through an account on these different websites. Also using a tax-exempt certificate for retail arbitrage. Sometimes for all-in arbitrage, it's actually going to be required for wholesale as well. You can get that from your state's website. It's crazy how many websites take the tax-exempt permit online. Also, getting on listings quick merch filled and just using the merch filled calculator on SellerAmp, like we saw, just scrolling down and toggling over to FBM. Holiday sales, Prime Day is coming up, Halloween's coming up, early Black Friday sales, as well as Black Friday, Cyber Monday deals, and Christmas deals, all in the next 2.5 months. It's going to be absolutely crazy. Those are great times to get items cheaper as well. Combining all these opportunities together, holiday sale with discounted gift card, rewards program loops once you get some rewards going with coupons, with gift cards, for example. You always want to look to combine this stuff right here. Keeping your leads well organized in SellerAmp Google Sheets, just using the one-click export feature is a great way to stay organized. Smart repricing, pricing above the buy box. Once you have like 10 plus ACEs, you definitely want to get an automated repricing software. You can go ahead and search Flips for Miles Repricer on YouTube for my recommendations. And using a tax-free prep center, for example, to avoid sales tax as well is a great way to scale up too. And the way I think about it, when you go ahead and find a new retailer and find an item that's close to being good, for example, you want to go through this checklist and figure out what discounting methods are offered for that specific website. Do they have any coupons on the extensions? Do they take discounted gift cards? Is there a holiday sale coming up? For example, another great example of how to find discounts is to have a burner Gmail address where you sign up for the newsletters on as many websites as possible to go ahead and get notified when they have sales going on as well. And that's the blueprint on how to go from 0 to 10K a month on Amazon, guys. How to do product research, how to do product analysis, how to get your seller account open, choosing the right business model, everything like that. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments. Also, if you guys are interested in personalized one-on-one help from me, I'll leave my coaching program application link down below if you want to make selling on Amazon a lot easier. The starting process, the scaling process, you want unparalleled one-on-one access to me to get that going, go ahead and check that out. Make sure to subscribe for more and check out this video if you want more good free Amazon content, and I'll see you guys in the next one.